Roux?
Yes, madam.
Thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Roux?
Thank you, my lady. Colonel, before the adjournment, I was trying to find out how to understand the veracity of photos taken at the scene. To know when it's truly reflecting the scene or whether it was now changed after investigation. You remember that?
That's correct, my lady.
And what I saw in all fairness, of course, if I take you to photo 69, photo 69, that's photo album 69. It says when there's a duvet, it then tells us that there was interference. It says, photo taken on 14 February 2013, duvet cover spread open by main bedroom, so that whoever looks at the photo will know there's a change. That's not a scene photo, but it's something else. There is some action to that photo. There was some change to the object. You see that?
I see that, my lady.
However, when I go to 109 and I think of the person I'm looking at this photo, what do you see then? It says, photo taken, cell phone. I would have thought it should say, cell phone open to be visible. To give a fair reflection, not so?
I agree, my lady.
One thing I missed you on, and I apologize, was on the A1 statement that you explained the general nature of that. You said it was an A1 statement. Was it the first?
Yeah, my lady, the A1 statement. Normally talk about the A1 says the first investigation of crime, the person that is complainant in this case for the state. That is normally the first person that appeared on the crime scene. And that is referring to the A1 statement.
Oh, then I understand it. You know what's the A1 statement in this matter?
I don't know, I assume, and I say I assume Sergeant Sabeta.
Yes. It's an A1 statement, first person on the scene. That would accord with his statement, not so.
That is what I'm saying. I'm contradicting what I'm saying. He was not there first.
You will accept his statement as marked A1?
No, I will not accept. He was not actually the A1.
No,
I was the A1.
The question is different. Will you accept that his statement is marked A1? Or must I show you?
No, I don't know if it's marked A1. I didn't see.
I'm not going to hand it in. It's just that you can trust that it's a marked one, so you can just read the number on the name on the statement and then what number was allocated to.
My lady, it stands A1.
Back. The statement was also made before you made your statement. It's the 16th at 10 o'clock. It's before you.
I don't know what is telling on
there. These articles that you seized on the 14th, just to get back, when did you seize them?
Meaning time-wise?
Yes.
No, I don't have a time frame. We were, as it indicated, As I indicated, the photographer, warrant officer van Staden recovered it, and then he handed it to me. So then I safeguarded it, and then when we went to the station, we handed it in.
Why ask you photos about the keys? And I will ask him just to get that back. The photos of the keys. It is 515, just to refresh your memory. And 544 is this. There are 3 doors: a front door with the small key, and then with the bigger iron key for the side door and the back door at the house. You follow?
Yes.
Can you remember that?
No, I didn't handle the keys, my lady.
Yes. Now, we see the front door and one of the keys.
Is it one key? I think I see 2 keys.
May I go back to 515, my lady, just to take it step by step?
Yes.
The front door key and one of the keys. It's the small key, and then hanging behind one key.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I may have expressed myself not properly, my lady. And in 544, on the 16th of February, we see 2 big keys. I can't see in the photo the small key, but we see it. And I'm trying to find out what happened on the 14th to one of either the back door key or the side door key. Who kept that?
This was on the 16th.
I know on the 16th. I'm talking about the 14th.
No, I can't.
You don't know?
On the 14th. Can't.
If you look at take you to the watches, the photo that depicts the watches. I think it's 55. Yeah, go to 55. You can you will see that there were in fact 9 wristwatches. It's on the screen there. It's maybe a bit clearer.
Yeah, the other one was, it's not really visible. The one in the corner is not visible.
Yeah.
There was 9.
One was removed by his sister to give to him.
There was 8 watches in the box, and 1 watch lying on
Yes.
the desk. There's not 9 watches.
Yeah. 2 went missing.
In the box.
Now one in the box.
That is the 2 that's not missing. This one be accounted for, as the accused sister took this one. This one is the one that went missing.
And the one on top of the cabinet?
That one, I don't know about it.
It's also missing.
I was not informed about it. Nobody informed me about it.
I can't see that one. Oh, okay. Oh.
My lady, see it, the other one.
Yes, thank you very much.
If I may ask you to go to photo 157. Can you see what's on the back, but for the tattooing, on the back of Mr. Pistorius?
Yeah, that was
Kinesio tape.
red tape, yeah, for injuries. You normally.
Did you see it that evening?
That's
Did you ask
correct, my lady.
that morning?
That was there, man.
Of course, he will say that he had a problem and he received treatment for his shoulder.
Okay, I don't know about the trouble, the problem, but I know that it was on his back. That I saw.
And why I'm asking you, because I see that Mr. Botha was kind enough to give interviews, and he was talking about the bloody shirt of Mr. Pistorius that morning that he had on. What do you say about that?
No, my lady, there was no bloody shirt. He was bare.
Was he all the time without the shirt on?
Without the shirt.
I refer to pluckies for some people to understand it's the flops or the flip-flops or the slops. I see that there are photos of that in different positions. We'll show you now. We'll come up. Do you see it? Now this next one. Do you see them there? It's different.
Yes, I noticed already.
And then a photo taken again. How does it work? I'm not sure with crime scenes. I would have thought that you take pictures of how it was preserved and what the scene should look like. You see that they're very different in that photo, the previous photo.
They're different in the way that we found it as we arrived at crime scene. Yes.
I think the next photo, you can go on. You see again,
This,
different, standing next to your back, and then kind of picture taken of that.
and this photo, the back was also, when we arrived, the back was on the couch, knee on the.
And the next photo,
This is different as we found it.
and the next photo. Who is that on that photo?
That was me,
You.
my lady.
What are you doing, Colonel?
We was the carpets. We was looking at the linkage of the cable of the fan.
You were working with the cable of the fan.
We was looking at the linkage of the cable of the fan.
And can you see you also pulling, if you can brighten it up, pulling the curtain?
Pulling the curtain.
Yes.
No, I was not pulling the curtain. I was sitting on the ground there, my lady.
You're working with the cable, the fan.
That's correct.
Doing what?
As I indicated, checking the linkage of the cable.
But I was asking you specifically, Colonel, about your involvement.
My
And not
involvement.
touching and apart from seizing things.
My lady, this is not the first series of photos that was taken after warrant officer Verstappen arrived on the scene.
What were you doing there?
As I indicated, I was checking the cable, the linkage to the cable. And that is after the photos was taken. You can also see this other stuff lying on the table. So the first initial photos that was taken of the scene was already taken. This is the continuing of the investigation.
Can you see in that photo it's quite dark in the bedroom?
Yeah, I can see that, yes.
And can you see only a little bit of light coming through the window, the curtain?
I can't say it's coming from the window. There is a light there, but there is a small
You can
light
look
coming
properly,
there.
just you see a little bit of light there.
On the right-hand corner, yes.
Yes. Of course, if the curtains were open, or more open, a lot of light would be coming in.
That's correct.
Yes. And it was not in that photo. It is contrary to an open curtain. It's a more closed curtain.
This photo, yeah. It's contrary to open. If the open curtain would be open, or light
I think
shining.
we're saying it's contrary to an open curtain. It's rather a more closed curtain.
Yeah, this is a rather closed curtain.
Who closed the curtain?
I don't know who closed the curtain.
You see, My lady, the first step that I must take, those were photos made available to us by the police, but what we will have to, in this print them, it's only on connected now, and make them available as a separate exhibit.
Yes.
We will take steps over the weekend, my lady, to do that.
Thank you very much.
And then I think once I have them available, we can mark them accordingly to get the coloured prints. You see, Mr. Pistorius that morning brought the fans in, but they were working. They were operating because the aircon was broken and the fans were working and operating, turning. And what we're trying to establish is who interfered with the fans. Can you assist us?
Interfering with the fans, as I received when I entered the first time, my lady, the fan was off. When I'm talking about the fan, I'm talking about this metallic silver fan was off. The black fan that was standing in the corner, he was unplugged. And that is how we found it. If in that photo, as you indicated on this screen, that was after the scene as we continue with the investigation. So that was not interference with any plug. That is part and parcel of the further investigation.
But it's still dark in the room there.
As I said, that was after
Yes.
the first photos was taken.
We're just trying to establish you interfered with the fans. All we know is that you had something to do. I'm not saying early morning. At that point, you were working with the cable of the fan.
That's correct.
By the way, when I showed you the photo, the image photo, to ask you if you could see anything different, you said that the fan was moved. You remember?
That's correct.
Do you know who moved the fan?
No, I don't know who moved the fan. But again, that was photo taken after.
Yes, I understand. But we want the scene to be preserved. We try to find out who moved the fan.
My lady, the scene was preserved for the original photos that were taken, and as soon as that original photo was taken, the investigation started. So then you move stuff to complete your investigation.
But why do you take then pictures when you move it? To show what? And not right at the bottom, new position of fan, like duvet spread open by me.
My lady, I can't comment on what the photographer did there at the bottom. I can comment on what I saw when I entered, and that is what I saw.
You know what is also significant, Colonel, with respect? There was a different reason why I showed you that image. And the only difference you could find what you observed was the position of the fan that it moved. It was also plucked out. You didn't see it.
No, I didn't.
That's the point that I'm making to you. It is fine for you to come to court and to say what I saw is exactly what's on the photo. And you've done it many times. And that's why I tested you every time. To say, but it cannot be. You can say those were the pictures taken, but I had a walkthrough. I can't say it was exactly like that. You have to show me times. And it's difficult for me to see because I see many things. That would have been a more fair answer. That's all I'm putting to you.
It is true, my lady, if you enter even this room, you observe certain things. You don't notice everything.
Yes.
But there's certain things that you do remember on that particular scene or that particular room. As I indicated several times when we was working outside, is the things that's important to me, the things that I concentrate on, that is the one things that I remember. Other things that is out of my scope of interest, I do not focus on. That is what, when we talk about the block is, as we mentioned it, this is one thing that I really focused on, and that is why I remember it. So small things I really remember. Bigger pictures, sideline. For instance, we're talking about the other watch that was lying on the hi-fi stand. I didn't notice that one. This one with the expensive watches that has been boxed in my opinion, that was the focus of my
Yes,
view.
I fully
That's all.
understand. My problem was just the language used, and I accept it was following a question put to you in that fashion. But to say that when you see a photo it was exactly the same, the scene, that you cannot do. You cannot say it's exactly the same because you didn't see everything. You can maybe point out some of the things, but you can't say that photo is exactly what I saw.
Exactly the points that I focus on, that is the things that I saw. The focus that I pointed, that I took at in that photos, that is the things that I
I
identified.
understand you spoke about the focus.
That's one.
I only have one difficulty with the one question put to you. And granted, it was a question. That is exactly what you saw, and you said yes. You don't mean that what you saw was everything on that photo.
All the small nitty-gritty, some of the small nitty-gritty and some other things that I didn't focus on, that I can't say that I see everything.
Even
But
some of the bigger things you did not see.
some maybe in the contents of that was I not focus on. That can be true as well.
Yeah, it may be smaller things, it may be bigger things, it may be a combination of them that you did not see.
That I agree on, my lady.
Just bear with me for a moment. Mr. Van Rensburg, I'm told that you're the last witness today, and I must see if we can use up the court time till 3 o'clock. So I'm just trying to find some more questions.
Yes, Mr. Nell.
Indeed. That is photograph 469. Now, the interesting thing with electronic photographs is that it contains metadata. I'm going to ask Mr. Moller to see if we can find that. It will indicate when that photograph was taken. Doesn't know that. I'll carry on so long, and we'll see if we can find that with one or two other questions. Colonel, now, it's difficult to re-examine, I'm going to try, because it was not put to you what you missed or what you were wrong at. So I'm going to just go to two photographs. Now one, and whilst Captain Moller is busy, just look in your file, 103 of E. Now, you and, well, in response to a question by Mr. Roux, you indicated that there's certain things that you focus on and that you would remember.
That's correct, my lady.
Now, on this photograph, without leading your evidence, what did you focus on in 103?
103, my focus, firstly, my lady, when I entered this room, the bed that was lying there, with his face down.
You focused on that?
That was one thing that I focused on.
Yes.
The next thing that I focused on was the firearm that was lying on this small carpet, bathroom carpet. Next to him, a cell phone, or at that stage, 2 cell phones.
You focused on that?
I focused on that. And then the blood. If you would have asked me if there was towels that I can remember, like the color of this towels, I didn't focus on the color on that.
But the fact that there were towels, was that a focus?
There was towels, but there was. Not I said towels. I will not even say towels. I will say there was something. It could even be clothing, because I wasn't focused on exactly that object.
Then let's go to 55.
Sorry,
Yes.
I just want to mention something. Also on this scene, I focus on the firearm and the status of the firearm.
Good.
That was also very important for me.
If you look at photograph 55,
I've got the photo, madam.
what did you focus on there?
As I previously indicated, my lady, when I entered there, I noticed this watches, the box with watches, 8 watches on that. That's one thing that I noticed. The next thing that I noticed was the trousers lying in front, and then this Britstray duvet that was lying there.
Yeah.
The fan that was standing there, and the curtains that was open, as well as the door. That was my focus.
That's your focus.
That was my focus.
And I will struggle
At that stage, and I just want to confirm that, my lady, at that stage, my focus on the fan, but my focus was not if the fan was on or off. That was not my first observation. My first observation was seeing the fan. That was what I said. Because one thing that we ask afterwards is the aircon. There's fan, but there's the aircon. And then we said, what about the fan? And then the fan was off. So then we focused on the fan. But first entrance, the fan working was not my focus.
Now, in the bathroom, the window that was open, was that a focus?
That was another focus. Is already as soon as I saw all the blood and the stuff lying on the floor, as I indicated, in the back of my mind, there should be an intruder somewhere, or we have to look for the intruder, or a place where he can come into the house. And then immediately my eyes focused on the window. And as I indicated in my first testimony, there was no burglar proof. So that was already a concern for me. So that was the escape route, whoever wants to come in and want to escape. So my focus was on the window itself.
The cartridge cases, were those a focus point?
My lady, the cartridge was the focus point because we already got a disease who was shot. So as you went through this passage and going up, you continue looking at cartridge. Now a cartridge can spin away. You won't see it maybe the first time, maybe even the second time, maybe later on when you calculated and you got the magazine and then you calculated the cartridges and how money must be spent. Then you start specifying, looking at what you've missed. But as you're walking and you can see them visibly, then you notice them. And that is one of the focuses of when I was entering the bathroom, the main bedroom. The whole, actually from where the trial started, up the staircase, around until we get to the bathroom.
The holster. You seized the holster.
No, I didn't see the holster. I seized the magazine pouch.
The magazine pouch. The holster, was that a focus? Can you remember where you saw it?
As I indicated, when I went to the plockies and to this side of the then I saw the holster at the back of the bedroom side table.
And that was a focus?
That was a focus.
Later, I'll continue now. I'm just waiting to see if we can find the metadata of that particular photograph. If we can't, I won't have further questions. If we do, however, I would like to put it to the witness. Lady, the metadata, the camera is wrong. It indicates that it's a different year and a different date. It's not the official photographer's camera, so I won't take this further because the date is wrong. They took this scene long before it happened. So, my lady, I have no further questions.
Thank you.
May I, just before I was permitting, just to request something through the court? And may I just ask one question before I put the request? It's just for the diary.
Just for?
The officer's diary at the time.
Oh.
And but I just want to make sure, as an officer, you have a diary.
At that time, I didn't have a diary. I had a notebook that I had, but my notebook was also full, and I had to rely on papers that I made.
Where would those notes be?
When I submitted my statement, this has been covered in the statement and is not available. I have to destroy it.
I'm so sure.
And I destroyed that notes. I don't have them.
Thank you, man.
Mr. van Rensburg, thank you very much for your assistance. You may be excused.
Thank you, my lady.
Mr. Roo was correct this time, my lady, and that is that I don't have any further witnesses for today. So I kindly request that we take the adjournment until 9:30 on Monday.
Maybe I wonder if it would not be an opportune time just to see you in chambers about time frames and so on.
Yes, you're welcome.
Whilst we're a bit early.
Yes.
Thank you, my lady.
We'll resume 9:30 Monday morning. Court will adjourn.
Mercedes-Benz is all what you can expect from a lifestyle brand itself. We are about premium and luxury, we're about fascination, perfection, at the same time responsibility to our communities.
You know, my father was a musician and he loved music. He loved especially choral music.
Now, as a person of color, you can't hit on her like, hello, nice.
Man, they were a great audience. No, I had so much fun performing for them.
Baby, I love.
That's Kaleidoscope, Sundays, 5:30 p.m. on SABC News.
As the biggest, the most extensive, diverse news organization and the best content provider of choice in Africa, we aim to offer the nation breaking news, continuous content updates, and current affairs programming throughout the day. We are extremely devoted to putting the news in context and providing the nation with the news